Hello, I'm Dana. I want to thank you for taking the time to join me today and doing your practice with the Art of Yoga project. Today we have a gentle yoga class focusing on bringing us calmness and just gently moving our body. We're going to get into it, and we're going to start out with a warm-up, and it's going to be a little bit of a movement type of thing. So I'm going to demonstrate, and we're going to learn this together. We're going to do a little clapping, stomping sound. So we're going to stomp, clap, stomp, clap, clap, 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 stomp, clap, stomp, clap, clap. Excellent. I know you got that. So now we're going to do the same rhythm, but we're going to add a little bit different. We're going to hit our legs. Stomp, clap, stomp, clap, clap, stomp, clap, stomp, clap, clap, stomp, clap, stomp, clap, clap, stomp, clap, stomp, clap, clap. Let's put it together. So we're going to stomp, clap, stomp, clap, clap, stomp. Leg. Woohoo! Excellent. Last thing we're going to do is we're going to tap our body, starting out at hips, and we're going to do 6 times. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, woo! 8. So let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, woo! Okay, let's put it all together. Okay, ready? Go. Stomp, stomp, leg. Nice job. Let's come to our mountain pose. We'll inhale the arms up, and we'll exhale. Inhale the arms up, and exhale. One more. Inhaling the arms up, and exhale, just softening the face, the chest, the abdominals, and the hips, and bring the hands to the belly, and just taking a breath here. And we'll take a moment just to check in with ourselves. How are you doing physically? How is the body feeling? The bones, the skin. How are you mentally? What are the thoughts? And then emotionally, how are you doing emotionally? And just noticing. We're not trying to change. We don't even want to necessarily have judgment. Just recognizing what's going on in this present moment. And just noticing your breath. And so while we're standing, you can just rock back and forth if you like, or just stay in your mountain posture. Today, we're going to talk about our values and what we believe in. And you've probably heard that saying, do what you love, or maybe love what you're doing. I think it goes both ways. And so today we're just going to explore some concepts of what makes us happy, proud, and what brings us contentment. And once we spend some time thinking about those things, it helps us identify what is valuable to us. And there's a quote by Roy Disney. It's not hard to make decisions when you know what your values are. It's not hard to make decisions once you know your values. And so by exploring these concepts, we'll hopefully get a little bit more in touch with what values are important to us. And then when we're faced with life, it's easier for us to make decisions. So then we're just going to allow ourselves to rock back and forth. Inhale, and we'll exhale. We'll inhale, and exhale. Allowing the body to go side to side, inhaling and exhaling. makes you happy? What brings you happiness? I know for me, being around my family makes me happy. Sometimes it drives me crazy, but it also makes me happy. I love being around my friends. Oh, so what makes you happy? We'll inhale our arms up, and then we'll allow the arms to come down to the side. And then we're going to bring our legs and feet a little bit closer together, finding our mountain pose. And we'll take a breath here. We'll inhale our arms halfway up. We're going to bring the right hand a little bit below our chest and the left hand above. And then we're going to bend the elbows and maybe bring the hands, the back of the hands together, or some may be able to wrap their hands, either way. And then allow the shoulders not to be drooped by the belly, but lifting up about chest height. Then we're going to bend our knees as we sit back. We're going to move into eagle posture. And to begin with, we're just going to bring the left leg out and then cross it over. And trying to find our balance here. And then this time we're going to bring the leg up and over and cross it and see if we can find a balancing posture. The foot may be resting on the ground. It can be up, or the foot can be wrapped around. I'm just going to have mine resting today because I'm talking and not that focused. And taking a breath here. We're constricting the blood part of our body. And so again, what brings us happiness? Just noticing in this pose what sensations you're feeling, maybe what emotions, happiness, frustration, joy. Going to inhale the arms up and step out, and then we'll allow the arms to come down. We'll allow the shoulders to move up, back, and down. Just a couple of shoulder circles here. I also know that I'm really happy when I'm outside. Inhaling the arms up. Exhale as we bring the left hand down and the right hand over, bending the elbows. Having the hands face each other back to back, or allow the hands to come around to the palms. So either this way or wrapping it around, or maybe just the hands on the shoulder. And then allowing the shoulders to come up to about hip height. We'll bend the knees. And then we'll take the right foot and we'll tap it out and across. And this just kind of helps our brain prepare for a balancing posture. But my balance is kind of off today. So we're going to lift it up and then cross it over, keeping the knees bent if that's comfortable. Right toe can be on the ground. You can lift it up or you can wrap it around. And I find that when I'm outside in a park or anywhere where there's nature, I tend to feel quite happy. I like seeing the flowers, trees, maybe animals or kids playing. And notice when you find your happy spot, who's with you? Are you alone? Are you with other people? And we'll inhale the arms up. And then exhale. Again, let's do a couple of shoulder rolls. And then reversing. Oh, feels good, beautiful. Finding mountain pose, and let's just take a breath here before we move on. Just noticing the sensations in the body where you might feel some warmth or coolness or tightness or looseness. Noticing your breath. We're going to move into a lunge, and we're going to use the same arm posture. So we're going to bring the right hand down, the left hand over, bending the elbows, and we're going to have our hands touch. We're going to step the right foot forward and the left foot back into an eagle warrior lunge for warrior one with eagle arms. We're going to find this posture here. And find your balance. The right knee is tracking over the right ankle, and the left foot is turned in a little bit. And then we're straightened as we inhale and lift the elbows up towards the sky, and then as we exhale, we're going to bend the knee. So inhale, straightening, and then exhale. We'll just move through these a couple more times. And in these standing postures, what are you proud of? What makes you proud? What have you done that you're proud of? I have a practice every night that I identify 3 things I'm grateful for and 1 item I'm proud of. And identifying something that I'm proud of is often the most difficult. And oftentimes I find that it's something that I didn't do that makes me proud. Like I didn't push myself in my yoga posture, or I didn't do something that someone wanted me to do. There are other times that I'm proud because I've accomplished something that was important to me. For me, completing my education, my high school and college graduation were moments where I was incredibly proud. And I was with my family and my classmates, and so that made it even more enjoyable. I'm even proud when I make a good dinner. I'm proud of the way my dog behaves after my training. And then we'll straighten, lift the arms, and we'll open the legs wide. And the arms will come down. We're going to just lift the shoulders up towards the ears. Exhale down. Another. And I'm going to switch to the opposite side for warrior one on the other side. The last time we had the right hand down, so the time we're left hand down, right hand over, bending the elbows, and turning towards the short side of the mat, finding our warrior one. So I'm contemplating and thinking about what you did that makes you proud. Were you alone, or were there other people there with you? Who was there to witness and celebrate and be with you in your proud moment? Well, inhale, bring the elbows up, and exhale as we lower. I think the other thing is, were you able to feel proud even when they might not have been there? I've had some events where I wish someone would have been there with me, but I was alone, but I was still proud and happy about what I was accomplishing. So what makes you proud? What have you done that makes you proud? Just moving with your breath in this warrior one with eagle arms. We'll release the arms. We'll bring the arms out and just move into star pose, and we'll try and take up as much space as we can. Moving the arms out as far as we can, feeling our feet firmly in the ground. And taking a breath here. Making yourself as big as you can. The heart open, maybe moving the hands a little bit towards the back body, opening the chest just a little bit. And then allowing yourself to come into a forward fold. And then aside from what you accomplished, what else was an attributing factor to making you proud? Taking a breath here in your forward fold, you can bend the knees. And then we're going to bend the knees, allow ourselves to fold down, and then we're going to come up and roll up to standing. We'll move into that star pose. And then allowing the arms to come down. Beautiful. Widget the feet together. Finding mountain pose, and we can bring our hands to our belly if you like. And just taking a moment to feel how you feel right now. Noticing the sensations of the body. Noticing the temperature of the body. Noticing your thoughts. Noticing your emotions. We're going to come down and we're going to do a forward fold. And then we're going to walk our hands forward into a downward facing dog. Allowing the feet to come back. If you don't want to do downward facing dog, let me talk you through another option. But first, if you're doing downward facing dog, the hands are on the ground, the feet and heels are reaching toward the mat, and we're lifting our bum up towards the sky. You can stay here and take about 5 to 7 breaths, or if you prefer, you can come down onto the knees, walk the hands forward, and do an extended child's pose. And feel the stretch and the opening on the back of the back. Whether or not you're in child's pose or downward dog, taking a breath. And then I want you to contemplate a time when you felt the most satisfied. When you felt satisfied and fulfilled. And then what was your need or desire? What made you feel satisfied or fulfilled? And then we're going to come into plank posture now. We're going to, if you were in child's pose, allow the knees to remain down, and we're going to have our weight over our hands, our elbows over our shoulders, or the knees can be down, or you can tuck the toes. And so I know for me, when I was in school, I studied software, and I did that for a long time. But before that, I'd always wanted to be a dance teacher. And I really wanted to work with teens in the high schools. And I did my career in technology, and then now I teach yoga, and I feel extremely satisfied. I just get so much enjoyment on working with people. And then we'll lower our knees. We'll move back into child's pose. Taking a breath in your child's pose. And so what are some things that you felt extremely satisfied doing? Taking a moment in your child's pose and just reflect on areas that you felt satisfied and fulfilled. We're going to come up and we're going to sit in a comfortable cross-legged position, Sukhasana. But if you have another position, if you want your legs in front of you, or is to sit in another position, that's okay. Go ahead and take a position of your choice. We're going to just take a breath here. And we're going to lift the right hand up towards the sky and inhale, and we're going to exhale and twist to the left. Left hand, right hand on left leg, and we'll just twist here, and we'll take several breaths in this twist. Gazing over the left shoulder or the right shoulder. And so when you thought about something that felt fulfilling or satisfied, it can be work or it can be personal. I get a lot of fulfillment from working in my garden. And so when I see a new flower bloom, the pink flowers that are from my garden today, it makes me smile. And I think both of them are just help me express who I am. And so when you think about things where you feel satisfied and fulfilled, what is your desire that's being fulfilled? And how does that event give meaning to your life? Twisting and breathing. We'll inhale to center. Taking a breath here. We'll lift the opposite arm up towards the sky as we inhale. Exhale as we twist. I'm twisting over to my right, but just twist to the opposite side. We talked about things that made us happy, things that made us proud, and things that brought fulfillment or satisfaction. And from this, does that help you see and determine maybe what some of your values are that you have when you experience happiness, proud, or a sense of fulfillment? For me, some of the values that come across as I reflect is my connection to people. And that's important to me. So still twisting and breathing, and then just contemplating what you see in those reflections. We'll inhale, bring both arms up. Exhale, bring them back just a little bit. And we're going to lean back in our hands as we inhale and open the chest up towards the sky. And we'll take 3 breaths here. And so yeah, for me it's connection to family and friends. The other one is I want to bring all of me to what I do. So I want to bring my brains, my heart, and my physical being into what I do. And then we'll inhale up. Now we're going to extend the legs for a forward fold. Sitting upright, Dandasana. Having the legs extend. If you want, your knees can be bent. We're trying to get a nice long spine. And then reaching the arms out in front of you. We'll just allow ourselves to reach forward with a nice long back. And then when you hit your distance, allowing the hands to come down to whatever part of the leg. And we'll just forward fold. The head, the chin can be gently tucked. If you're feeling this in the low back, bend the legs or come up a little bit. And forward folds allow us to turn our awareness inward just a little bit. And this may help you as you're contemplating and thinking about the values. What are your values that you noticed? And then just allow yourself to completely round over, taking a breath here. And then we'll roll up. And then allowing yourself to recline back into a Shavasana if you like. The knees can be bent, the legs can be extended, the eyes can be open, or the eyes can be closed. If you don't want to lay down, you can come into a seated position. And again, the eyes can be open or closed, determining what's best for you in this moment. And taking a couple of breaths here and just allowing the body to feel the support of the ground. And just notice the sensation of the breath. Maybe notice the sensations of the body. Maybe the warmth, the coolness, moisture. And if you're able to let go of anything that's not serving you, allow that to let go. And we had a couple minutes to talk about our values, or think about our values. The family, creativity, solitude, freedom, stability, balance. Intellectually challenging. And so in our Shavasana today, I just wanted to give you an opportunity to kind of reaffirm those values. And how do those values make you feel about yourself? Does it bring about a positive reflection, a negative, perhaps one of nervousness? Maybe there's some expectations that you're uncertain about on how you can live up to that. And then are you able to pick your top 2 or 3 values? What are your top 2 or 3 values? What are things that you want to hold near and dear to you to help guide your decision making? Just like Rory Disney said, decisions are easy once we know our values. So what are your top 2 or 3 items that are really important to you that can guide your decision making? And then would you be comfortable telling these values to people that you care about? Your family, your friends, the people that are near and dear to you. Can you express your values to them? And is there a sense of comfort in your heart as you think about sharing your values with these people? Let them know what's important. And then taking a moment just to reflect on if these values are things that you support, even if your choice isn't popular, even if it puts you in the minority. Are you able to stand with your values and hold them in your heart and be proud of what they are? And then just take a few moments and just be with those thoughts and emotions. Just know that making decisions based upon our values is not always easy. But oftentimes making decisions based upon our values are better in the long run to help us achieve the life that we want. And then allow yourself just to take a couple of breaths. And I'm going to leave you in a Shavasana posture. And I'm just going to repeat the quote and then allow you to take rest if you want to rest, or move on with the day if you'd like to move on with your day. So again, Rory Disney says it's not hard to make decisions when you know what your values are. So again, I want to thank you for practicing with me today on the Art of Yoga Project YouTube channel. Thank you for showing up. And the light in me sees and honors the light in you. Namaste and thank you.